'72, you said it was going like gangbusters, selling
Yes,
lots.
sir.
You
Yes.
remember the prices, Ernie?
The oceanfront lots in Cordova Beach started at $8,500.
$8,500. Is that
Yeah.
what it was?
Yeah, they started at $8,500. Whalehead was getting started about the same time.
This is a story about a place that has become internationally famous just over the past 15 or even 20 years, the Currituck Outer Banks. And yet we know the place as it exists today is an echo of what for the vast majority of its life has been painfully remote and isolated. So this is a story about the transformation of that place as seen through the eyes of someone who has lived fully through that transformation. Ernie Bowden is someone who is a sixth generation Currituck Outer Banker. His family is one of a very few remaining families. Ernie is remarkable in that his journey comes from his birth, literally on the Currituck Outer Banks, and at some cases he was in the same day a livestock broker, a cattle baron, a mechanic, a sea salvage specialist, an elected official, and an unwelcome guest of the federal government. So his journey in this isolated place at one time is absolutely remarkable, and it's a story that deserves to be told, and no story contextualizes the Outer Banks more than the story of his family and Ernie himself. So many of us think about our legacy and will it outlive us? I don't think there's any question about that with Mr. Bowden. His legacy will be felt for generations and generations to come. Whether it was his courage in carving out a life, whether it was his courage in standing up against the federal government and acting in accordance with his beliefs and principles that he willingly went to prison for, whether it was his design ultimately of some of these communities today that welcome literally millions of people a year and count almost billions of dollars of private investment. Ernie in fact designed hand in hand with some of the earliest developers. So as we talk about an economic engine that is the envy of much of eastern North Carolina, the blueprints of that economic engine were very much designed by Ernie Bowden. His family continues to live in the area, and we hope by sharing this history, the Bowden family, this ocean tribes, will begin to be felt for generations to come.